A very good evening. This is Dr. J. Vijayalakshmi, Department of Commerce with Computer Applications. Welcome to Dr. SNS Rajlakshmi College of Arts and Science. I would like to explain one of the topic from analysis of financial activities. So today's topic is all about what is the internal control evaluations. So in auditing, the internal control evaluation process is very much important. So the evaluation of the internal control system will have the critical part of an auditing. It involves understanding, testing, assessing the effectiveness of the organizational internal control. So what are the key responsibilities of this? So the auditor must evaluate the system and determine if it is can be reliable and relied upon the proceeds and accurate financial statement. Why we are doing the audit? Why? To find out the accurate information whatever we recorded, whether there is a true information or not. Now we'll see the objectives of this internal control. So what are the objectives of the evaluations? Reliance, audit planning, identification and improvement. So to ascertain how far the auditor can rely on the internal control system for accuracy and have a accurate result about the records. So to determine the nature, timing and extend the substance and audit procedures, it is needed to observe all over the parts in the auditing process. So identification, to identify the area of weakness where fraud or the errors is likely to be occurred, there is a possibility of occurring the errors. Next, improvement, to provide suggestions to the management for improve the systems to minimize the risk and maximize the returns, to minimize the risk and how to eliminate or minimize the risk factors and errors. Now we'll see the what are the methods they will adopt for the evaluations. They have a narrative records, checklist, questionnaires, flowcharts. So it will have a descriptive notes. So they will give you a detailed note about what are the possibility of errors, how we can minimize the errors. This can be done. Next we have a checklist, series of the instructions, whatever we are done or what we have to do. So that before itself they will prepare a checklist. Based on that, whatever is presented, whatever is at present it is appear, so that will be corrected. So next is about the questionnaire method, that is nothing but a yes or no format. Depends upon that they can evaluate the things. Next is about the flow chart, which is nothing but the visualizing a diagrams. Then in the front of us, a visualized diagram will appear. Based on this we can have a clear understandings. So these are all nothing but the narrative, one after another will have what are the importance of this narrative methods. So it is all about the description system of operations where everything will be written and it is recorded on the books of accounts. Checklist, whether everything is appeared in the internal control system or not. The flow chart we can see now, the chart will be presented by visualizing, by having a vision on this graphs we can identify what kind of the project is, what are the things are appeared. The graphical presentations of the internal control system, it shows the flow of documents and authority through the organizations. These are all plays a very important roles. Next is about the comparison of the methods. So which method is best for the pros and cons we have. Like narrative method is a very small and simple entities and it is very flexible, and it is both it's having when it is a very flexible, at the same time it may have a again it's have some cons, right? Checklist is again is a specific task based on the some specification we can have a it may be a too rigid method, it is not applicable for everywhere. That is also possible cases. Next we can have about what is a questionnaires method. So most of the auditors may not prefer this questionnaires methods of the things. So then later on we can have flow charts, which is again it is a very complex system everybody may not understand the chart whatever it is represented. So the steps to be required to evaluate the process. So first we have to understand, next we go for the preliminary assessments, testing, the final assessments. So based on this we can have a review of the system description to understand the how it works. Next determine the control and accurate proper system which is done. Next testing, the perform the compliance test and ensure the control are working. Next we have the final assessment, decide the extent of the reliance of the systems. So these are the some factors which will occurs, and these are the some steps for the evaluating the process. Thank you.